Jonah? Yeah, Jonah.
Like number 6.
Yeah. Also, we can do this one. What is written on the facade of the Pantheon?
Oh yeah, we should go
and
back out
why?
and check that.
We can do it really quick.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Make
what's
sure
it
to
mean?
grab that. Make sure to grab a pen. That way you write it down.
Okay. They're just getting the guy to fill it out.
Oh my god.
Take pictures.
Fuck you guys. They're cheating. They are cheating. What the hell, man? What the hell? I'm gonna go punch them in the face. What is your deal?
What are you talking about?
What is your deal? Oh gosh. Going into the crypt. Oh my gosh. It's gonna be a bitch to come back up. Okay, no, it doesn't sound important. It's cold down here. He's like, so that's somebody.
He was like a really important revolutionary.
Okay. Okay, I lost them. I don't know where they went now. Oh crap. Oh, they're there. Hey.
This is obnoxious.
I lost you guys for a minute. So this is cool. It's nice and creepy. Yeah. We're not doing very well. We have like 3 answers. Victor Hugo is over here.
Really?
Huh.
Oh, that is really cool. Dang.
Hey, Victor Hugo. I want to find Marie Curie. Wendy, Sophie. Oh, here's one of the women. Isn't that one of the answers?
Take a photo just in case.
Okay. Hey.
That's fine.
We found the other woman.
Possibly another woman.
Yeah, her name is Sophie,
Sophie
so.
something. Also,
I
Victor
took a
Hugo's
picture.
grave is over there. So
What is over here? Cool. Oh my god, they left me again. What the hell? What the damn hell? Okay, here they are. Alexandre Dumas, the Three Musketeers author. Yeah. We're surrounded by a lot of famous dead people. Very cool.
Good catch.
Thank you. What?
Is this who wrote Three Musketeers?
Yes.
Alexander Dumas.
He died in 1870. Write his name down. Boom. Another question.
So we're pretty sure this is a woman.
Yeah.
But we don't see her on the.
Yeah, she doesn't have information.
There's Louis Braille. He's the guy who made the Braille alphabet.
Louis Braille? Oh, that's cool. And it even has Braille. Oh, it does?
So cool.
Hold on a second. Hold on. This guy has her last name. Maybe she's on here. Or something. See, it's the same last name as her, as Sophie.
They buried some girls.
With their
some
husbands
guys'
or something.
Yeah. Or, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Wives. Wait.
Spouse. Sophie Berthaud.
Nice.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have Hunter. I'm gonna go check the other.
Hunter.
You guys, I'm gonna check the other side for any others.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Hunter. Hunter.
What's the question?
This one. Identify the women's.
The person who was standing over the.
Oh gosh.
He was the one standing over Louis when he got beheaded, right?
Oh, okay.
But he himself got beheaded.
What was his name?
So,
Will. Who was it?
Robespierre.
Robespierre.
What is it? 1990.
I see. 20th century. Do we have anything about the 20th century? Wait. Come here. Liberation of France in 1944. That might be kind of what you're looking for. Louis Braille. Victor Schloesser. General de Gaulle. Francois Mitterrand. Wait. This is the date, right? Yeah. I think what you're looking for is on here somewhere. What's the question? Alessandra. Yeah, see, it says do transfer it to Sandra too. So yeah. Jean Moulin? Is that the answer? Yeah, Day. Jean Moulin. Yeah, that's the answer for number 10. We're so good.
Jean Moulin.
Okay. Okay, plaque, World War I. This place is cool, yeah? What?
It's so cool.
Okay. Oh, okay. I found Marie Curie and Pierre. Yeah, do you know how he died? He got trampled by horses.
That's crazy.
Like, in a carriage. That's one awesome Polish last name. Wow. This one has a cat and a rose.
What's that?
Asha. We need to know what? Why she's important. The discovery of polonium, deuterium,
She discovered uranium.
and polonium, and radium.
Yes.
It's pretty cool, huh?
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
25 minutes left. What else do we need? We found Voltaire. I think. Yeah, there's a statue next to him. I don't remember. There he is. Yeah, there's a statue. Yeah, I remembered correctly. Pretty cool.
Fanning out trying to find Elizabeth.
Upstairs.
So some things you could walk by, some things you could. You see, outside.
Oh.
The Earths of Leon Gobet.
Good call.
Yeah. I never ask for help. Okay.
That's the heart of somebody.
What?
That's literally his heart in that urn.
The November.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
20 or something. Oh, the Colbert de Lyon.
Okay, how many more do we have?
3 more, maybe?
Okay, so we got the last one.
Well, he said, I asked him, and he said that this one is upstairs.
And then we have two more. We have this and
The one.
that.
What?
Between
Which
these
years?
here, is the edifice constructed. What-
That would probably be
Ours-
near the beginning
Oh,
or
yeah.
something.
Between what years was like
Pull out
was
your
this?
pamphlet.
Was
Pull-
this? Yeah, he was the architect. Well, that's easy.
Yeah, that would probably would be in the pamphlet.
Something super architect. Here,
find it.
let me show you this. The architect of this guy. Super architect of the cabinet.
Oh, that one is like I can read it. Oh, I thought you were saying
We can leave finally.
It looks like she has one of those Broadway, like
Playbills?
playbills.
Okay. Someone just clopped me in the head and was like, désolé.
I think it's metal, one of the metal. Oh, this one there.
Okay.
Thank you.
What?
It's like a matter. Do you have a pen?
Yeah, I have a pencil.
Okay, good.
Okay. The human condition.
Oh yeah.
Cool. Okay. Here's a pencil.
So,
What does it say?
1996 and 33.
Yeah, 1933. It says here.
Condition of the mind.
The human condition. Something. It's not the human condition. Wait. See, pour le Roman blank in 1933. He won the something for the Roman something. Yeah, I don't see it. Qui requoit? What does requoit mean?
That's not received, is it?
It must be that. Because that's in the same, I mean, like part of the sentence as this. So, he looks very happy. I've heard of that. European. Okay, why did we... Okay. Oh, Lord. You're gonna have to wait a minute. I can't go upstairs this fast. Okay. Will, come back. This floor is really weird. And they have it up there too. I think they're, yeah, they have to be like redoing it. It's very creepy.
Did you get some candy?
No.
They're kind of like sugar daddies. They're pretty sugar daddies.
Oh my gosh.
It was in like 48 hours ago. It was just like pulling things off like day by day. Like,
Yeah, it hurts.
like half of it got raised.
This pigeon just has one foot. Like when it moves the other one down, it's just a stub. Oh.
Let's not forget that Montmartre used to be cheaper than Paris, which starts 250 meters down the hill. The reason for that is that they constructed a tax barrier around the capital around the time of the French Revolution, and it meant that anything going that direction was more expensive. And that meant, of course, your Beaujolais, your baguette and camembert were cheaper up here in Montmartre. This explains why, because of the tax barrier, we had an explosion of places of entertainment in Montmartre. So restaurants, cafes and dance halls. And of course Montmartre today is still party town. And I don't know if you've had an evening out here, but it really is, it's got quite a buzz to it. And you've still got lots of trendy cafes, bars, music venues, and of course dodgy adult entertainment. Wood, rickety staircases leading to nowhere, chickens pecking in the dust. Authentic Montmartrois are difficult to find today, but you can generally spot them a mile off because they have larger-than-life personalities. They tend to be party animals as well. Montmartrois are kind of like sarcastic, rather robust sense of humour and a tendency towards extreme left-wing politics. It's going to be so good. I'm just so excited about this tour. Good, let's move on. About the metro exit there, which I hope you've admired, because that's an original cast from the original mould, and those are as rare as hen's teeth. This metro exit dates from 1900, and 1900 was the first metro line which coincided with the Great Exhibition in Paris of that year. So the first metro line in Paris would have been the line 1, and this one was on the line 12. So this metro exit has been transplanted. It used to be at the Hotel de Ville in the centre of town, and it's been put here.
I'm the same way. I don't really like American strawberries, but here they're like the bomb.
So what does grenier translate as? Grenier is a grain attic. Yeah, like a very old-fashioned, well, you'll notice on the window that address, they won first prize for the best traditional baguette in Paris for 2010. And this is prestigious and fiercely fought over. And if you win Best Baguette of the Year award, you get to provide the presidential baguette for 1 year. So that's good advertising. It's surprising how many times it's bakers in Montmartre that win Best Baguette prize. In 2011, it was bakers just the other side of where we met. And the Montmartre bakers are rather cagey about their secret recipe. And one baker was interviewed, and he was asked, why are Montmartre baguettes better than everybody else's? And he replied, it's something to do with the altitude in Montmartre that agitates with the bread dough. Yeah, so it's something molecular. But that, of course, is just a load of eyewash.
After class. Which I want to try to be like Bromizer and Dr. Pace. Let us have her on Friday night.
Yeah.
Because I think he said...
Oh, Champs-Élysées, eh? 30 metres to the right, we have the Moulin Rouge, the famous Moulin Rouge, which we're not going to go and have a look at, because visually, it's not worth the detour. Show since 1999. And they've come with the famous dancer there who invented the French cancan. And I'll be talking to you about the French cancan, and I'll be giving you a demonstration, of course, as well, if the hip operation doesn't play up too much, okay? So, what a treat for you. How many of you have seen the film Amélie by any chance? Excellent. Many scenes filmed in Montmartre, including the bar that Amélie works in, is halfway down the street on the right-hand side, and it's called Les Deux Moulins, with 2 windmills, and it hasn't changed 1 iota since the shooting of the film. And he lived up in the topmost windows to the left of the drain pipes there. And he stayed in his brother Theo's apartments. And brother Theo had a 3-bedroom apartment. So one of those bedrooms was converted into a studio for Vincent. It's funny, isn't it, that it's hilarious, in fact, that we don't know that much about Vincent's 2-year stay in Montmartre. Why would that be so? Why don't we know so much about it?
No records?
Writing letters to Theo?
Exactly, because he wasn't writing letters to Theo, because they lived under the same roof. These are 2 paintings. One of them, this is before Montmartre. And this next painting was painted from the window up there. Just testing your camera, seeing if it's any good. Vincent generally had a very complicated personal life, and his love life especially, like mine, was a washout. Vincent, of course, had a cocktail of problems, some of them medical, some of them psychological. The thing for sure is that Vincent had a pretty difficult start in life. He was born 1 year to the day after the death of his older brother, whose name was Vincent van Gogh. And imagine, his mum, as a special birthday treat, every year took Vincent to the cemetery to go and look at a tombstone with his own name on it. That's enough to turn you into a goth, isn't it, really? Do you have goths in America? Yeah. I just wasn't sure. They just didn't seem to react to it. It's true also that Vincent had an addictive nature, and he was addicted to turpentine. And when he was in a sanatorium, he ate his oil paints to try and get a turpentine fix. And he was also addicted to the evil alcohol. And this is a clue as to the drink he was very fond of, that was ruining the health of France until it was banned at the First World War. Absinthe.
shit. Give that dog a hamburger. Look at all that bread.
Is everybody here?
Where are they?
Is this hot for you? This is normal. So I don't know if we could come in a tiny bit, just compress to save my voice. Henry wore a monocle as well, but the monocle was vanity. He didn't need it. He needed glasses. He was short-sighted. He wore the monocle for the ladies because he was convinced that if he sort of put the monocle on and sort of like gazed ferociously through it, then the ladies would turn to putting in his hands. And indeed, Henry was very successful with the girls, although it has to be said that he often had to pay for their favours. Smash hit sensation just made way for the lady coming. Like that. They can't seem to say, "Can I come through, please?" or something like that. It's weird. Have you got that on camera there? Good. One night, Lagulu was out with the boys. Imagine you're a 19th century gentleman, coat, tail and top hat. I'm the sexy Lagulu. I know, you need a few absents before you believe that. And your challenge would be to stand still, no flinching, no blinking, no twitching, and I would high kick your hat off your head by the brim. It would be laughter and another round of drinks. And then imagine, gentlemen, 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 Lagulu goes down the line, kicking the hats off the heads. Here we've got the opening moves for the French can-can. Dancing caravan in the Nation area, and she got her friend to lose the trek to decorate the panels. Surrounded by agriculture. The Moulin de la Galette was immortalised by a number of artists, including Maurice Utrillo, who painted the view looking up the street that we're looking up.
Wow.
Can you see that it's just one model with cosmetic differences? A slight change in the angle of the face, a slight change in the hairdo. But it's in fact an early example of cloning. Seen those prints and paintings, haven't you, where you've got figures that are standing in these preposterous poses that nobody ever, you know, sort of like there's another one behind like that. Nobody ever stands in a pose like that in an entire lifetime, apart from the odd tour guide in Montmartre. And of course, so this was too natural. And of course, what was influencing painting at that time in the 1870s? What would that have been? Photography. So so we've got the rise of photography, and this has got the attributes of a snapshot. So let's move on.
Good job, guys.
I'll go and watch.
I will enjoy watching.
Abby, watch out.
Yeah.
And then we
I want to know if they want to like paint all over my eyes.
When you're walking around Montmartre, you get the distinct impression sometimes that the place has been landscaped, especially in the 17th century, because in 1666 there was a disaster in England. What was the disaster in England in 1666?
The fire.
It was the fire, wasn't it? The Great Fire of London. London was made of wood and it went up in a puff of smoke. And the Sun King, Louis XIV, didn't want the same thing happening over here. So he ordered that all timber-framed houses in Paris had to have a layer of plaster of Paris because it's a fire retardant. The legendary Bateau Lavoie Studios. The Bateau Lavoie Studios housed the likes of Matisse, the likes of Van Dongen, Modigliani, and perhaps most notably, young Picasso was at these studios when he was a young man going through his blue period. A fire broke out, the fire brigade arrived, couldn't get water from the nearest hydrant, had to go down to the Abbess where we started our tour, filled up there. By the time they got back, it was too late. You can see that the fire brigade are pointing their hoses over the high wall there. because this structure looked very similar to the wash bar, and the wash barges were home to the washerwomen of Paris. And this is where we have also, famously, the precursor of Cubism was painted at this address, and Matisse arrives at the party with an African statuette tucked under his arm, as you do, of course, when you go to a party. Don't worry about the wine, but don't forget that statuette. This address here is associated with Dalida. How many of you have heard of Dalida? Okay, let's move on. I wasn't expecting many of you to put your hands up. Dalida was a singer of Egyptian origin. She had a heyday in the 1970s. The Dalida apartment is the one with that stunning balcony up at the top.
More under perspective. They can't understand how this stuff was.
So, let's move on. I go that way. What's the symbol of Paris for 500 points in 3 weeks at Euro Disney? A boat, exactly, and there we have boats. Down there. Boats are everywhere. And who is that gentleman that we can see in the statue form just beyond the fountain, just above the fountain? Do you know who he is? You see him on the western facade of Notre Dame Cathedral, and he's always holding his head at chest level.
Saint Sebastian?
It's in fact Saint Denis, Saint Denis. And his story helps us to understand the origin of the word Montmartre. Saint Denis, Denis was the first Christian bishop of Paris in the 3rd century AD. 3rd century AD, who was ruling Gaul, as France was known? Who was in charge of Gaul? Exactly, so well, it was, yeah, the Romans, wasn't it? It was an outpost of the Roman Empire. I think it was dead by now, it doesn't know, a little bit dead. But it was under Roman rule. And of course the Romans didn't like Christianity too much, did they? And so when Denis comes along, they decide to teach him a lesson that he won't forget. And they bring Denis up to Montmartre and they decapitate him. Yes. But it's not over yet, because he has the presence of mind to pick up his own head, to wash off the blood, as you do, and he runs north to where he wants to be laid to rest. Denis finally falls, and on the spot where he falls, they build a church. And today, this is where we've got the Basilica of Saint Denis, or Saint Denis. When you see how far it is, what a marvellous athlete Denis was, because I couldn't run there with or without my head. And this is the origin of Montmartre, the mountain of martyrs, because Denis was martyred at this spot. So, let's move on, shall we? And that's quick to fade and zoom and go. Tu es un peu timide? Non?
Non, oh non, en principe.
Oui. Here we can see our final destination is in view. We can see the towers of the Sacré Cœur. And look at this street and how photogenic it is. This is the Rue de la Brevoire, Drinking Trough Street. And fans of the film Amélie will recognise this street, because this is the opening shot to the film. Here we can see the statue of Dalida, and you can see that she looked very handsome, and she was in fact something of a gay icon in her day. And you can see that her bosoms are very shiny, where everybody has been grabbing her for the photo opportunity. But this is a replacement bust because the original one was stolen by metal thieves. So her original bust, her bosoms glowed in the dark. But here, she's getting there. un peu méfiant. No, the infidelity perhaps beforehand to justify.
There you go.
Yeah.
You pay him enough,
You've got the
he'll
zoom
sue.
lens.
He's actually a spy.
Pay him enough, he'll perform the infidelity for you.
Oh gosh.
Oh god.
Oh, that's really twisted.
Things just got awkward. Really awkward thing.
So moving on quickly.
Yes, please.
On the other side of the road there, we've got one of the oldest buildings in Montmartre, which is the Lapin Agile. 17th century, that building, that sort of like bathes in those cool, fluttering shadows as the leaves move to and fro like ghostly forms. Sorry, no. And it's not sort of like the Folie Bergère or the Crazy Horse or the Moulin Rouge. It's not sort of like semi-naked girls with Hollywood smiles jigging up and down the stage. This is more serious. This is basically where you go and listen to chansons françaises and poetry readings and comedians doing their spot. Father Freddy had a marvellous sense of humour, and an example of that is a joke he and friends played on the art world. And they were targeting the pretentious elements. And what they did is they got Father Freddy's donkey, because Father Freddy had a donkey called Lolo. And they brought Lolo down to the Lapin Agile. They tied Lolo to the posts in front of that address. They stood Lolo in front of a canvas on an easel, and they tied a paintbrush into Lolo's tail. And round at Lolo's muzzle end, Father Freddy dangled parsnips, carrots, turnips, and Lolo got dreadfully excited and started to swish her tail back and forth. After she'd been doing this for some 20 minutes, they decided to see what Lolo had produced, and they saw these horizontal brush strokes, and they thought, well, that looks a bit like a sunset. So let's give the title of the canvas, Sunset Over the Adriatic. And they submitted the Sunset Over the Adriatic to the Salon des Indépendants of 1910. And they gave the artist's name as Borinali, which was an anagram of a donkey from Fontaine's Fables. And they said that Borinali belonged to the excessivist movement in art. Nobody spotted how ridiculous that was. Nobody spotted the anagram. And one critic wrote about the painting, "This shows great promise, I'd like to see more by the same artist." And somebody ended up buying the painting for 20 golden louis. And in today's money, that would be at least around $4,000 with gold prices as they are. And when the painting was sold, that's when Father Freddy and friends came out and declared that it was done by a donkey. And when the public heard, they flocked to the salon, but they weren't interested in the other paintings, just the one that was done by Lolo. And after the salon was over, Lolo performed every night down here at the Lapin Agile. And they're all wearing masks as if they're doing something highly illegal. And of course that's... Did you find it quite intensive, the whole trip? Kind of thing? Quite tiring sometimes. You can see that big flat white disc just below the horizon. That's the Stade de France, or the International Sports Stadium, which is the largest venue in Paris. Giving yourself a head start. I'm going to finish with an example of Parisian humour, and it's humour that concerns two buildings, one that we cannot quite see, but should be at 2 o'clock through the foliage, and that's the Eiffel Tower. Of course, many thought it was to be a temporary construction and to be taken down after the Great Exhibition was finished. There were many that were hostile to the Eiffel Tower, and they were not happy that it stayed as a permanent feature on the landscape, because here we had raw, exposed metal. It was too modern, too avant-garde, and people were very unkind about the Eiffel Tower. One person described it as a truly tragic lamppost. And the same goes for the building, which, have they demolished it? No, we'll move over a tiny bit. Montparnasse Tower, and that monstrosity went up in 1970, and I don't think, to be honest, that that will ever enter into the hearts of Parisians. And when this skyscraper was built, one sarcastic Parisian joked that that was the box that the Eiffel Tower came in.
That's why I keep myself busy